Hello, it's Charles Folkart, April 14th, 2017. This video, but before I get there, I want to welcome all of you and thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm going to get right to it. This video is on North Korea, my take on North Korea and all the hype and all the propaganda. And I want to start out by telling you that I lived in South Korea for 5 years, and I was on the ground. I talked to people who lived there. I taught English while I was there. I was speaking to English-speaking Koreans. I asked them a lot of questions. One of the main questions I asked, are you afraid of an invasion from North Korea? And they said no. As a matter of fact, when I was there in 2006, there was a reunification effort underway. And if you look for it on the internet now, you can find it, but it's been scrubbed. I went looking for it, and it's hard to find, but you can find it. But I'm telling you, I lived there, and when I was there in the English-speaking Korean papers, it was mentioned. And then a man named Lee Myung-bak came in as the president, and those reunification efforts were cut off. Let's go have a look at that, shall we? Here, this is Lee Myung-bak in China, and I just want to mention that Lee Myung-bak was the CEO of Hyundai International, one of the largest engineering firms in the world. Close ties with the United States. As soon as President Lee got in office, those reunification efforts were cut off. There's no profit in a reunification effort. In fact, it was going to cost South Korea quite a bit of money. This man, Lee Myung-bak, and his family are very corrupt, and they were influenced and basically, in my opinion, bought off by the United States, because the United States has an interest in being in that region. And I'm going to get into that here in a moment. Now, I'm going to try to keep this video short because you people don't like long videos, but you can't get all the information together in a short video, folks. So I'm going to try to compromise here and get as much information as I can in a short period of time so that you can go further if you want to and find out more information and stop listening and believing the propaganda that you're being fed. Let's go on, shall we? So I was here last night. It's all over the news. You can't help but hear it. So I went to find out a little bit. Dabu 77, whatever, U.S. military now in firing range may launch preemptive strike on North Korea. And this is what they do. They show you this picture from a satellite. And that's what I've been saying all along. All the United States has to do is show Americans a picture, tell them what it is, and they believe it. Folks, come on. It's so pathetic to watch Americans get hooked into this stuff. But let's move on, shall we? Let's go look at, do nukes even exist? So many weeks ago, I got to thinking, you know what? They've been doing this propaganda and false flag stuff in my lifetime. So did they also do it before I was born? So I went looking, and I found many, many YouTube videos and other articles that indicate that nuclear weapons don't even exist. I'm of the opinion that nuclear weapons do not exist after having done some research. And where else are you going to go but on the internet, and you're going to watch videos like this one. This one's got 100,000 views. It was put up in 2013. I recommend this and other videos over here. Nuclear danger is a hoax. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe that Fukushima happened. Okay? I'm talking about nuclear weapons, not nuclear power plants for you shills. Now, I'm going to move on because I know you don't like long videos. So this is the picture we always get, or one like it, of the president of North Korea. The mean dictator of communist North Korea. Folks, he's an actor. It's all acting. It's a play. It's a movie put on for your benefit. I believe he's a scarecrow. Whenever the United States wants to justify their presence in the region, Japan and South Korea, they pop up this guy, they give him things to say, they make him look mean, and he has all these weapons, and he's going to attack South Korea. It's all a show. And then they show you a picture like this of all the weapons that they have in their hands, North Korean, and ooh, see, this may be their total army right here, you know, and I'm going to ask you a question, folks. Where did they get these weapons? They can't even make an 18-speed bicycle. I'm going to show you their manufacturing capabilities here in a minute, and I learned this back in 1972, 73, 74, when I was going to college, from Professor Stuart Crane. Opened my mind to this kind of thinking economically. You look at a country and can they actually produce the weapons? But this is the kind of picture they show you, and we could go through and find many other pictures of missiles, and you just believe that North Korea is able to produce military equipment. I'm going to show you they can't. Let's go have a look at that. But before we go look at North Korea's export-import information, I want you to think about this for a minute. What do you think the main export product of North Korea is? We're being told they can produce nuclear weapons, or they have the capability to launch them. So you need technology for that, and you need an industry base like the United States has, like Japan has, like other nations of the world have a industrial base. Germany has it, the French may have it. There's other countries that have the industrial and high-tech base to be able to produce missiles and planes and the kind of weapons that we're being told that North Korea has. I'm suggesting to you that is impossible given the import-exports that North Korea exports and imports. Folks, think. Do some study. Think about it. Let's go have a look. Did you answer the question? What's the main export of North Korea? Before we go there, what's some of the exports of South Korea? Samsung, LG, Hyundai, automobiles, electronics. South Korea has the technology. They don't even produce weapons. They get their protection from the United States. the United States is one of the few countries in the world that can produce these weapons. So, where do you think North Korea gets their weapons? Where did all these weapons come from? Who produced them? North Korea? So here we are at a website that gives you an idea what North Korea imports and exports. The total exports in 2015 was $2.83 billion. Folks, that's peanuts in the world economy. They're the 119th largest exporter in the world. In other words, they're way down on the totem pole. And what's their main export? Coal briquettes. Not Samsungs, not LGs, not Hyundais, but coal briquettes. And then number 2, non-knit men's coats and non-knit men's sweaters or shirts or whatever. And then that's it, folks. They do textiles. That's what South Korea used to do many years ago, before they copied and reverse engineered or were helped out by the United States. Alrighty? North Korea does not have the technology to produce weapons. That's my point here. I would suggest you get your hands on this book, The Coldest Winter by Halberstam, and read through it. This is, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 pages. And right here on the second page, it says, Chinese leader Mao Zedong ordered hundreds of thousands of Chinese soldiers into battle. This was during the Korean War. So the North Korean South Korean War was basically a war between China and South Korea, not between North Korea and South Korea. Yes, the first attack was by North Korean troops, or so we've been told. We don't really know for sure. When you read through this, and if you go to the index in the back, there's several, maybe 100 listings of pages in the book where it mentions China. And there's others that are China related. So China is involved in North Korea big time. But you don't hear that on the propaganda. I bring you here to this map because we have North Korea and the wall here, the fence or whatever you want to call it. It's not even a wall. It's more like a zone that nobody goes because you can't get to it anyway. But anyway, you don't like long videos, so I'm going to try to keep this moving. South Korea, I lived right near Busan for 5 years. Here's Japan. I want to show you how many troops we have in South Korea. The United States has troops in South Korea, and it has troops in Japan. Let's go find out how many, shall we? So right here, and this is Jewpedia for you people that have to have a, quote, credible source. There are approximately, as of 2013, 50,000 U.S. military personnel stationed in Japan, along with 40,000 dependents of military personnel and another 5,500 American civilians employed there by the United States Department of Defense. That's close to 100,000 people in Japan based there, supporting or involved with the U.S. military, the hegemony of U.S. military base. We basically occupy Japan. We have since 1945, folks. And the Japanese, from what I can understand, they resent it. there is a lot of friction where the bases are, and the blacks, mostly blacks, who rape the Japanese women, and the Japanese get into the streets, and they don't like the United States being in Japan. But we got control over Japan through economics and other. We give them money because we can create money out of thin air. Not money, but currency out of thin air, and we bribe the officials there. It's a very corrupt country, just like all the rest of them. But you don't like long videos, so let me move on. So here we are again in Wikipedia, because you have to have a credible source. Let's scroll down here real quick. They give all that crap. They even call it now the United States Forces Korea. All right, it's just a worldwide occupational army. The United States Forces Korea has 28,000 American soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines in South Korea, and U.S. forces in South Korea are a major presence in the region and a key manifestation of the U.S. government's aim to rebalance for the South Pacific. That's just propaganda wordage for we're gonna control that region, and we're gonna use close to 100,000 troops, combined, South Korea and Japan. Now, at the risk of making this a long video for you people that like your fast food information, think about it, folks. Every time, or every few months, the United States props up this guy, and I can't even remember his name, Moon something. He's the son of the other fella. Every time the United States wants to justify their presence of close to 100,000 troops and personnel in South Korea and in Japan, they prop this guy up, puppet, the boogeyman in North Korea. Oh boy, he's going to bomb South Korea. He's going to bomb the United States. He's going to bomb. It's like Al-Qaeda. They do the same thing over and over and over again, and Americans fall for it every friggin' time. When I was overseas, it was embarrassing to be an American, because you Americans are so stupid. You're so stupid. It's just unbelievable how stupid Americans are. I guarantee you that this man, Moon, or whatever his name is, has a secret account either in probably in Switzerland, and America feeds that account, and this man lives very, very well. And there's a lot of stuff that he is able to do and places he's able to go that we don't hear anything about. But they supply his secret bank account because he's a paid actor, and you people buy it. It's like a movie. And I'm going to quit it here, try to keep it under 20 minutes. And you know what? You can speed up the YouTube videos. You can go down there to the little wheel and you can speed it up. So you can speed this up and cut it in half if you want. Anyway, I do want to thank you for watching. I thank you for subscribing. And please do some homework. Turn off your Talmud Vision. Get a book. You can get it at the library. Spend a few hours. Get some background. Don't buy the propaganda. Don't be taken in by all the noise. Don't be taken in by the United States showing you a picture and see, this is a nuclear plant. We're going to bomb it. Alrighty? They're taking your attention away from something else. It's a distraction. There's other more important things going on right here in this country, and they don't want you to think about that. So think about that. There's Very, very hard times coming, folks. I'm trying to warn you. The dollar's going to collapse. It's going to be worthless overseas because other nations are tired of this. The United States can pay for its wars with its Jewish currency, and other nations have had enough. And what's coming here when they reject the dollar overseas is going to blow your socks off, people. Get ready. And I pray the grace of God our Father and the non-Jewish Lord Jesus Christ Yeshua be with us all, for we certainly need it. See ya.